Ever wondered why men ghost you after 3 months or 6 dates? Ghosting, as it's called, is a phenomenon that has become all too common in the dating scene. It's that sudden, unexplained disappearance of someone who, until that point, seemed genuinely interested in getting to know you better. One day you're texting, laughing, maybe even planning your next date, and then silence. This ghosting typically occurs around specific time frames, most notably at the 3-month mark or after 6 dates. Now, why is that? What makes these milestones so prone to ghosting? Well, that's what we're here to explore today. Ghosting is a peculiar phenomenon, to say the least. It's a form of emotional withdrawal that leaves the other person puzzled, often questioning their self-worth and replaying every interaction to find out what went wrong. And the most baffling part? It's incredibly prevalent. In fact, a significant portion of today's singles have experienced ghosting at one point or another. Now, you might be wondering why 3 months, why 6 dates? It might seem arbitrary, but these timelines have a certain significance. The 3-month mark is usually when the initial excitement of a new relationship starts to wear off, and reality sets in. After 6 dates, it's expected that a certain level of comfort and familiarity has been established, and the prospect of a deeper commitment begins to loom. These milestones can trigger a variety of reactions, and for some it's a cue to exit stage left, without a word of explanation or a backward glance. It's a response that can seem cold, even cruel, but it's often driven by fear, confusion, or a simple lack of emotional maturity. So today, we aim to delve into the reasons behind this behavior. We'll look at why men might choose to ghost at these critical junctures, and what we can do to understand and perhaps prevent this from happening. Now let's delve deeper into the reasons why men might decide to ghost. To help us understand this perplexing behavior, we've sought insights from relationship experts and psychologists. So why do some men ghost after 3 months or 6 dates? Well, according to Dr. Amanda Gesselman, a social psychologist specializing in romantic relationships, one of the main reasons might be a fear of commitment. She explains, some individuals, men included, may not be ready or willing to invest in a long-term relationship. They might prefer the thrill of the chase or the initial excitement of a new relationship. When things start to get serious, they pull back. Renowned dating coach James Priest echoes this sentiment. He suggests that a lack of emotional maturity could be another significant factor. Often, ghosting occurs because the person doesn't know how to express their feelings properly. They might feel overwhelmed by the depth of their emotions or unsure of how to handle the expectations that come with a serious relationship. Instead of communicating these feelings, they opt for the easy way out, disappearing. Similarly, relationship counselor Dr. Laura Berman proposes that a simple desire for an easier way out might be the root cause. She states some men might find it more convenient to ghost a woman than to engage in a potentially uncomfortable conversation about ending the relationship. It's a way of avoiding conflict and confrontation. However, it's crucial to remember that these are general insights and might not apply to every situation. As noted by psychologist Dr. Helen Fisher, human behavior, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, is complex. While these explanations might provide some understanding, it's essential not to generalize. Everyone has their own unique reasons and motivations. But it's not just about what experts say, there are also common experiences and patterns observed by many. So let's dive into those next, shall we? Stick around as we unravel this mysterious ghosting phenomenon further. Many women have shared their experiences and observations, and we've noticed some patterns. In the world of dating and relationships, patterns are key. They can reveal a lot about a person's intentions, behaviors, and mindset. When it comes to ghosting, several common patterns have been observed by women who've experienced this phenomenon. One of the most noticeable patterns is a gradual or sudden change in communication. The man might become less responsive, take longer to reply, or his messages might lose their usual warmth and enthusiasm. This shift often happens around the 3-month or 6-date mark, as if a switch has been flipped. Another pattern that many women have noticed is a change in the man's availability. He might suddenly become too busy to meet or start canceling plans at the last minute. His excuses might seem plausible at first, but when this behavior becomes a pattern, it's often a sign that he's pulling away. Changes in behavior during face-to-face interactions are also a common pattern. He might seem distracted, less engaged, or less affectionate. He might avoid deep conversations or become more closed off emotionally. These changes can be subtle and gradual, making them difficult to spot at first. Sometimes the man might start to pull away physically as well, This can involve less physical contact, less intimacy, or a lack of interest in being close. This change can be especially confusing and hurtful, as physical closeness often plays a big role in the early stages of a relationship. Finally, another pattern that women have noticed is a change in the man's attitude towards the future. He might avoid making plans for the future, seem less excited about shared dreams or goals, or become vague when discussing the direction of the relationship. Recognizing these patterns and signs can be challenging, but they are often the first clue that something is amiss. Understanding these patterns can help you anticipate and possibly prevent ghosting. It's all about staying aware, communicating openly, and trusting your instincts. Recognizing these signs can help you anticipate and possibly prevent ghosting. Is it possible to prevent ghosting? Let's explore some strategies. The first strategy is maintaining open communication. This means creating an environment where both parties feel comfortable expressing their feelings, thoughts, and concerns. It's about being honest about your intentions and expectations. If you're looking for a serious relationship, say so. If you're just in it for a good time, make that clear. Transparency fosters trust and can help prevent misunderstandings that might lead to ghosting. The second strategy is setting clear expectations. This involves discussing what each person wants and expects from the relationship. It's about making sure both parties are on the same page. If one person is expecting a casual fling while the other is hoping for a long-term commitment, that's a recipe for disaster. By setting clear expectations, you can avoid such pitfalls. The third strategy is recognizing and addressing red flags. Red flags are warning signs that something might be amiss. They can be subtle, like a person who avoids making plans or who seems too good to be true. Or they can be more obvious, like a person who is excessively secretive or who consistently breaks promises. Recognizing these red flags and addressing them head-on can help prevent ghosting. It's also important to remember that it's not about playing games or manipulating the other person. It's about establishing a genuine connection based on mutual respect and understanding. It's about treating the other person the way you would want to be treated. Remember, these strategies aren't foolproof. Even if you do everything right, there's still a chance you might be ghosted. That's because ghosting is more about the ghoster than the ghostee. It's a reflection of the ghoster's inability to handle difficult conversations or confront their own feelings. So while these strategies may help reduce the likelihood of ghosting, they can't guarantee it won't happen. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, it's not about preventing ghosting. It's about building healthy, respectful relationships. And if someone chooses to ghost you, that's a clear sign they weren't the right fit for you anyway. While these strategies may help, it's important to remember that you can't control another person's actions. Ghosting can be confusing and hurtful, but it's important to remember it's not a reflection of your worth. It's a sudden and unexpected disappearance that leaves you questioning and doubting yourself. But let me assure you, it's not about you. It's about them. Ghosting is more about the ghoster's issues than yours. It's about their inability to communicate, to confront, and to resolve. It's about their fear of commitment, their fear of being vulnerable, their fear of revealing their true selves. It's about their emotional immaturity, their lack of empathy, their self-centeredness. It's about their inability to respect and honor the feelings and needs of another person. So when you find yourself ghosted, don't beat yourself up. Don't let it shake your self-esteem or self-confidence. Don't let it make you question your worth or attractiveness. Instead, turn the focus on yourself. Take care of your emotional well-being. Nurture your self-esteem. Love yourself more. Understand that you are worthy of respect, love, and commitment. Understand that you deserve someone who sees, values, and cherishes you. Understand that you deserve someone who is emotionally mature, empathetic, and respectful. Take this experience as an opportunity to grow and learn. Reflect on the relationship. Reflect on the signs and red flags. Reflect on the lessons. Reflect on what you want and don't want in a relationship. Reflect on what you deserve and don't deserve. Take this experience as a stepping stone to a better and healthier relationship. A relationship where you are seen, valued, and cherished. A relationship where you are loved, respected, and committed to. A relationship where you are not ghosted but embraced. Remember, someone's inability to see your worth does not determine your value. Always choose to love and respect yourself first, because you are worth it, and no ghosting can ever change that.